Hello and welcome back to Pod English Stories, everyone. I'm Maya, and I'm here with my wonderful co-host, Leo.
Hey there, English learners. I'm Leo, and I had a guitar, but now I just have guitar strings everywhere.
Good morning, Leo. You look a bit frustrated today. What's been happening with your musical journey?
Well, Maya, to be completely honest, I'm feeling really discouraged. I've been trying to learn guitar for 2 weeks now, and I think I'm actually getting worse instead of better.
Oh, Leo, that sounds so frustrating. Tell me more about what's been going wrong with your guitar practice.
Where do I even begin? My fingers hurt so much I can barely type. My neighbors have started giving me dirty looks, and yesterday I broke 3 strings in one practice session. I think even my cat is avoiding me.
That does sound challenging. But you know what? This is actually perfect timing because today we're talking about hobbies, free time activities, and how to talk about the things we do for fun in English.
Really? Even failed hobbies like my guitar disaster?
Especially failed hobbies, because that's real life, Leo. Not every hobby works out perfectly, and that's completely normal and okay.
That actually makes me feel a bit better. I was starting to think I was just terrible at everything.
Before we dive into Leo's hobby adventures and misadventures, we have a small favor to ask our amazing viewers. If you're enjoying our daily conversations and finding them helpful for your English practice, please hit that like button right now.
Yes, please. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell. We upload new English practice videos every single day, and your support really helps our channel reach more English learners like you.
Your support means absolutely everything to us, and it helps us create better content every single day. We read every comment and love connecting with our English learning family around the world.
Honestly, Maya, can I share something personal with our viewers? I've been learning English for several years now, and I still feel like I'm not confident enough to talk about my interests with native speakers.
Oh, Leo, that's such a common feeling. But you know what's interesting? You're having a perfectly natural conversation with me right now about your hobbies and feelings.
You're absolutely right. I didn't even think about that. But when it comes to talking with strangers about what I do for fun, I just panic and my mind goes completely blank.
That's such a normal experience, Leo. You know what's fascinating? Your brain works perfectly when you're comfortable, but it shuts down with new people because of nervousness and fear of making mistakes.
So it's not really about my English vocabulary or grammar level, is it? It's more about my confidence and fear of being judged?
Exactly. And that's why today's conversation is so important. We're going to practice talking about hobbies naturally, and I'll teach you the most common ways native speakers actually ask about free time activities.
That sounds really helpful. So, Maya, what's the secret to talking about hobbies confidently? I really want to improve this area of my English.
Great question, Leo. First, let me teach you something important. Most English learners think the common question is, what are your hobbies? But actually, native speakers usually ask, what do you do for fun? Or what do you do in your free time?
What do you do for fun? That does sound more natural and casual than what are your hobbies?
Exactly. What do you do for fun feels like a friendly conversation, while what are your hobbies can sound a bit formal or like a job interview question.
Okay, so if someone asks me, what do you do for fun? I could say, well, honestly, I sleep, I eat pizza, I watch Netflix, and I scroll through my phone. Sometimes I do all four at the same time.
Leo, those are definitely activities, and they're honest answers. But let's also think about some more active or creative things you could mention to keep the conversation interesting.
But Maya, sleeping is very active. In my dreams, I'm always running around, flying, or fighting dragons. Last night, I dreamed I was a professional pizza taster traveling around Italy.
That's actually a very creative dream, Leo. But let me teach you some useful phrases for talking about more traditional hobbies. You can say, I like reading books, I enjoy cooking new recipes, I am interested in photography, or I love playing sports.
Hmm. Can I say I am interested in professional napping or I love competitive eating contests?
Leo, while those might be true for you, they're not exactly what people expect when they ask about hobbies. Hobbies usually involve some skill development, creativity, or physical activity.
But I am very skilled at finding the most comfortable position on my couch. It takes years of practice and dedication to perfect the art of optimal relaxation.
You know what, Leo? Let's talk about some hobbies you've actually tried recently. I think our viewers would love to hear about your painting adventure from last week. It's a perfect example of trying something new.
Oh no, do I really have to share that story? It's so embarrassing and messy.
Come on, Leo. It's a fantastic story for practicing past tense, and it shows that everyone makes mistakes when learning new skills. Plus, it's really funny.
Fine, but promise you won't laugh too much at my artistic disaster. So, last week I was watching this YouTube video called Become an Artist in 30 Days, and I thought, how difficult can painting really be? People have been doing it for thousands of years.
That sounds like a great attitude and motivation. What made you suddenly want to try painting?
Well, I was sitting by my window last Sunday evening and I saw this absolutely beautiful sunset. The sky was all orange and pink and purple, and I thought I should capture this magical moment forever. So I immediately went to the art store and bought brushes, paints, and a canvas.
That sounds like such a romantic and artistic inspiration. The lady at the art store must have been excited to help a new artist.
She was so encouraging. She gave me all this advice about color mixing and brush techniques. I felt like I was about to become the next Picasso or Van Gogh.
And then what happened when you started painting?
Well, I set up all my equipment in my backyard because I wanted to paint the sunset directly from life, just like the great masters. But then I realized the sunset was moving and changing too fast, so I decided to practice by painting my wooden fence first.
That sounds like a smart and practical decision. Practice makes perfect, right?
That's exactly what I thought. Everything was going absolutely wonderfully for the first 10 minutes. I was feeling like Leonardo da Vinci, Monet, and Rembrandt all rolled into one incredibly talented person.
And then something went wrong, didn't it?
Then Mother Nature decided to test my artistic dedication. The wind started blowing. At first, it was just a gentle, romantic breeze, which I thought was perfect for my artistic mood. But suddenly, it became like a mini tornado in my backyard.
Oh no! What happened to your beautiful painting?
The paint went absolutely everywhere, and I mean everywhere, Maya. On my face, in my hair, on my clothes, on my shoes, on my neighbor's white cat that happened to be walking by at exactly the wrong moment.
Oh my goodness, Leo, you painted your neighbor's cat?
It wasn't intentional. The poor cat looked like it had been attacked by a rainbow. I looked like I had been in a fight with a paint factory and lost badly.
Did you take any pictures of your colorful transformation?
Horrified, Maya, of course not. I was too busy trying to clean blue and green paint out of my eyebrows. Do you know how difficult it is to get acrylic paint out of your hair?
Well, at least you learned some fantastic vocabulary. Paint can be a noun, that's the colorful liquid you were using, or a verb, that's the action of creating art with brushes and colors.
And messy, that definitely describes what I became. Also, chaotic, disastrous, and why did I think this was a good idea?
Exactly. And painting is definitely a creative hobby, even when it doesn't go according to your original plan. The important thing is that you tried something completely new and stepped out of your comfort zone.
You know what, Maya? Even though it was a complete disaster, I actually had fun for those first 10 minutes. There's something really relaxing and meditative about focusing on colors and brushstrokes and creating something with your hands.
See, that's exactly the right attitude. Maybe you could try indoor painting next time, where the wind can't interfere with your artistic vision.
Maybe, but first I need to buy industrial strength soap. I think there's still some green paint behind my left ear, and it's been a week.
Well, let me tell you about my favorite hobby, which is usually much less messy than Leo's painting adventure: hiking and nature photography.
Hiking? You mean walking uphill on purpose, but outside? With bugs and dirt and actual nature everywhere?
It's so much more than just walking uphill, Leo. Hiking is about being completely immersed in nature, breathing fresh mountain air, listening to birds singing their morning songs, feeling the warm sun on your face, and feeling completely connected to the natural world around us.
But why would you voluntarily choose to walk uphill and get sweaty when you have a perfectly comfortable sofa at home with air conditioning and snacks within arm's reach and no bugs?
Because hobbies aren't just for entertainment and relaxation, Leo. They're also for what we call digital detox. That means taking a complete break from our phones, computers, tablets, and all the technology that fills our daily lives.
No phone? For how long? What if someone needs to send me an important meme? What if there's a pizza emergency?
Just try going 20 minutes without checking your phone, Leo. You might discover something absolutely amazing about yourself and the beautiful world around you.
Like what? How to be incredibly bored? How to miss all the latest cat videos and food posts on social media?
Like how to be truly present in the current moment. When I go hiking, I take photographs of beautiful mountain landscapes, interesting wildflowers, unusual rock formations, or cute animals I meet along the forest trails.
Oh, photography. That actually sounds less sweaty and exhausting than walking up mountains for hours.
Actually, Leo, I have a pretty funny photography story that might make you feel better about your painting disaster. Last month, I decided to join a photography class to improve my technical skills and artistic eye.
Ooh, what happened? Please tell me you also had an embarrassing moment that makes me feel less alone in my hobby disasters.
Well, our instructor took our entire class to this beautiful city park with a large pond full of ducks, swans, and other water birds. I was absolutely determined to get the perfect shot of this one particularly photogenic duck.
And then?
Ugh, sheepishly, I was crouching by the edge of the pond, trying to get the perfect angle and lighting. I kept leaning forward, forward, forward to get closer to the duck and capture more detail.
No way. You didn't fall in, did you?
Mortified, I fell right into the pond. Splash! Right in front of the entire photography class, including the instructor. The duck was definitely not impressed with my photography technique and swam away immediately.
Maya, you fell into a duck pond. That's even funnier than my rainbow paint disaster.
The worst part was that my camera was waterproof, but I definitely wasn't. I was completely soaking wet, covered in pond weeds and algae, and probably smelled like duck water for the rest of the day.
See, even you have hobby disasters. This makes me feel so much better about my artistic paint explosion incident.
Exactly. That's why hobbies are so wonderful and important. They teach us that it's perfectly okay to make mistakes, look silly, and have fun while we're learning new skills and discovering new parts of ourselves.
You know what, Maya? Maybe I should try finding a completely different hobby. Something safer than painting with unpredictable weather conditions, and definitely something that doesn't require me to leave my comfortable house.
That's a fantastic idea, Leo. Let's practice using future tense to talk about your plans and goals. You can say, I am going to start, or I will try, or I plan to learn, and then name your new hobby.
Hmm. Let me think about this very carefully. I am going to start cooking. Yeah, cooking sounds absolutely perfect. I love eating delicious food, so maybe I'll love making delicious food too.
Cooking is a wonderful and practical hobby, Leo, but remember what happened to your friend Lisa when she tried to bake a birthday cake for her sister last month?
Oh, right. She accidentally used salt instead of sugar. The birthday girl took one bite and her face, it was like she had eaten a lemon mixed with ocean water and vinegar.
Exactly. Just be very careful with your ingredients and measurements. Maybe start with simple recipes like sandwiches or salads before attempting anything that requires baking or complex cooking techniques.
Maybe cooking is too dangerous for someone like me. I once burned water, Maya. I still don't understand how that's physically possible, but I managed to do it.
How do you burn water, Leo? That's scientifically fascinating.
Sheepishly, I put water in a pot to boil for key, then I got distracted by a funny video on my phone. All the water evaporated, and then the empty pot started smoking and making terrible noises. My smoke alarm was definitely not happy with my cooking skills.
Okay, maybe we need to find you a hobby that doesn't involve heat, water, wind, fire, or any natural elements that could potentially cause chaos and destruction.
Wait, I've got the perfect idea. I am going to start collecting stamps.
Stamps? That's very calm, organized, and peaceful.
Exactly. I can do it while sitting down in my most comfortable chair. There's no paint involved, no water to fall into, no salt to confuse with sugar, no fire to accidentally start, and no wind to blow things around. Just me, stamps, and my cozy living room.
You know what, Leo? That's actually perfect for your personality and lifestyle. Stamp collecting is peaceful, educational, and you can learn about different countries, cultures, historical events, and famous people.
And I can organize them in beautiful albums. I love organizing and categorizing things, especially when I can do it while wearing my most comfortable pajamas and drinking hot chocolate with marshmallows.
Plus, it's a hobby you can enjoy year-round, regardless of weather conditions. No wind to blow your stamps away, no ponds to fall into, no paint to get in your hair.
This is absolutely perfect. I can collect stamps from countries that make amazing pizza, countries with interesting animals, countries with beautiful landscapes, countries with fascinating history.
See, everyone, the most important thing about hobbies isn't being perfect from day one or never making mistakes. It's about enjoying yourself, trying new experiences, and finding activities that match your personality, interests, and lifestyle.
Even if you end up covered in rainbow paint, soaking wet in a duck pond, or accidentally burning water in your kitchen.
Exactly. Mistakes and disasters are just part of the learning process. They make great stories and help us grow as people and develop resilience.
Plus, my stamp collecting hobby won't disturb my neighbors like my guitar practice does. They'll probably send me thank you cards for switching to a quieter hobby.
Your poor neighbors have been incredibly patient with your musical experiments and artistic endeavors.
Hey, I'm actually getting better at guitar. Yesterday, I played 4 whole notes in a row without making anyone wince or cover their ears.
Impressive, Leo. That's genuine progress. See, practice does make improvement, even if it's slow and gradual.
Maya, before we finish today's conversation, can you teach our viewers some more useful phrases for talking about hobbies and interests?
Of course, here are some great expressions. I'm really into, which means you're very interested in something. For example, I'm really into photography, or I'm really into cooking.
I'm really into sleeping and eating pizza. Does that work?
Ah, it works, Leo, but try something more active. You could also say, I'm passionate about, or I have a passion for. These show strong interest and enthusiasm.
I'm passionate about stamp collecting. That sounds much more impressive than I like stamps.
Approving, Leo. Perfect. You can also say, I spend my free time, or in my spare time, I enjoy. These are natural ways to introduce your hobbies in conversation.
In my spare time, I enjoy organizing my stamp collection while wearing comfortable pajamas. Is that too specific?
Maybe leave out the pajamas part when talking to strangers, Leo, but the structure is perfect.
Now, let's ask our amazing viewers a question that will help them practice their English and share their interests with us.
What is a hobby you want to try in the future? Use the phrases we learned today, like I'm going to try, or I want to learn, or I'm interested in starting, in your answer.
Write your answers in the comment section below. We absolutely love reading about your plans, dreams, and hobby adventures. Your stories inspire us and help us create better content for you.
And please tell us about any funny hobby disasters you've had. We promise we won't judge. We've all been there, as you can see from our stories today.
Remember, every expert was once a beginner, and every beginner makes mistakes. That's completely normal and part of the learning process.
Whether it's learning English or trying a new hobby, the most important thing is to start, even if you're not perfect. Progress is better than perfection.
Well, I'm going to go research stamp collecting online right now. Maybe I'll start with stamps from countries that have amazing food and comfortable furniture.
Of course you will, Leo. Everything always comes back to food and comfort with you. That's what makes you uniquely Leo.
Grinning, Food and comfort are the foundations of happiness, Maya. Why fight against your true nature and authentic self?
Thank you so much for spending time with us today on Pod English Stories. Remember to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and try a new hobby this week, even if it's just for a few minutes.
And remember, it's completely okay if you're not good at your new hobby immediately. Even experts were once beginners, and they made thousands of mistakes to get where they are today.
Your future self will thank you for trying something new and stepping outside your comfort zone. We'll see you tomorrow with another fun and educational English practice session.
Bye, everyone. Wish me luck with my stamp collecting adventure. Hopefully, this hobby will be completely disaster-free and peaceful.
Goodbye! Keep practicing your English, keep trying new things, and most importantly, keep having fun with your learning journey and personal growth.
And if you have any hobby disasters or funny stories, remember, they make the best conversation topics and the most memorable experiences.
Until tomorrow, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep being your wonderful, authentic selves.
See you in the next video. Keep speaking, keep growing, and keep being absolutely awesome English learners.